Odessa. I'm the Mystic Intuitive Healer. I'm a psychic medium, Reiki master, spiritual coach, and an intuitive tarot card reader. And through the work I'm doing here on YouTube, as well as my website, odessamall.com, I hope to deliver messages to you guys that will help you to awaken, heal, align, and grow. And I am so thrilled to announce that our little family is growing and growing and growing so quickly. There's more than 300 of you guys now, and I am so thankful that you are enjoying the readings, they're resonating with you, and that you want to see more of my work. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and most importantly, you've sent me so many beautiful messages, and they really light up my day. So I want to thank all of you for that. And if this is your first time with me, I hope you enjoy the reading, and if you do, please join our family, subscribe to the channel, like the video, or maybe share it with someone else you know that might enjoy it as well. All right, so today I'm going to be looking at what makes you beautiful to others. You guys have been really enjoying the videos that I've been doing around how others view you. So I'm going to add to my collection of those readings with this one today. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm going to be looking at physical characteristics as well as your personality and the deeper level stuff that really makes you beautiful to others. So I've got 3 piles for you to select from. Pile number 1 is partnered with this dried sage. Sage is a cleansing plant. It's often used for smoke clearing. Then pile number 2 is partnered with this adorable little succulent that I'm so thrilled I've been able to keep alive for an entire year, and it's still so tiny and adorable. And plants are a symbol of growth, and specifically succulents are a plant that is connected to being able to really dive in deep into your reserves to be able to weather any storms. So awesome, awesome message there. And then pile number 3 is partnered with this adorable little candle that I use for spell work. This is a great size candle if you want to do some candle magic. It burns down in about an hour, which is perfect timing. And the color pink is associated with the high heart chakra, and it's also associated with love. So I'll give you guys a second to select your pile, and I'll see you in a moment. Hi, pile number 1, welcome back. So I've got your pile here, your sage, and your first 2 cards. These are going to give me an idea of what others find most beautiful about you. So it'll be physical as well as, your personality and your inner traits. So let's see what you've got. You have Freya, radical acceptance, and you also have the 6 of voices, which is the 6 of swords. Wow. All right. So right away, I'm getting very, very powerful energy. Freya is a goddess of love and beauty, but she's also a warrior goddess. And she is like the equivalent of the divine feminine. When Vikings would cross over to Valhalla, when they would go, transition to the afterlife, they would have the opportunity to either go to Odin's hall and spend eternity with him, or go to Freya's hall. She is the archetype for the divine feminine, and this card is number 15, which reduces down to the number 6, and the number 6 is talking about complete balance and unity. It is like the 6-pointed star, the Star of David, which is 2 triangles superimposed on top of each other. The alchemical symbol for fire and the alchemical symbol for water. And those 2 forces are like the energies of Freya. The fiery nature of war and the intuitive feminine nature of water. Water is also connected with psychic abilities and divination. Freya is a witch. She brought the art of witchcraft to the realm of the gods in Viking tradition. So you are psychic. You might not even necessarily recognize that. Like, you have a strong sixth sense, and like, you seem to know opportunities before they come to you, which is amazing. You're gorgeous. And you are this very powerful, fiery, driven person. That is absolutely incredible. I love that energy. And on top of that, you have this complete acceptance of the world around you. You are, your energy is one of radical acceptance, which is really powerful and kind of rare, actually, which is another reason why people would find you so alluring and beautiful. The energy of radical acceptance is talking about having the realization and the acceptance that you can't change the behavior of others. You can only change your circumstances by changing your own behavior. That's radical acceptance. And the Six of Voices, or Six of Swords, is the same energy, because this is talking about releasing baggage and moving forward with your life. I don't think you hold grudges. I don't think you hang on to stuff. But if something warrants you standing up and being heard, you're more than capable of doing that. I think that you're really connected to nature. I think that you probably like spending a lot of time outdoors. You might also be really active, you know? Like, I get a strong energy of athleticism from this card, and I'm getting images of people hiking, partially because of the imagery on the Six of Voices card, partially because of the coloration of Freya's card. But I really get like spending time outdoors, hiking, but I'm also getting like cycling and rock climbing and surfing and dirt bikes. That's cool. And skateboarding. You know, there's a wide range of activities that are coming forward, but they're all like outdoor activities, and a lot of it is solitary endeavors. Actually, that's really interesting. My guides just channeled that to me. Like, you are totally comfortable like going it on your own, and you know that you are your own best source of strength and success. That like, I don't think that you need the praise of other people to know that you're a complete goddess. Like, honestly. And I think that you are totally authentic about who you are. You might really like or feel like really drawn to natural color tones too. Like, you might wear a lot of green. You might like to wear a lot of like rust colors. Like, all of these sort of neutral colors, that might be a strong element in your closet. Some of you might actually have beautiful red hair. I'm strongly getting the energy of like really like voluptuous, curvy figures, you know, like boobs and butts for sure. Like, you've got a lot of curve, and if that might not resonate for everyone, but that's the energy that's coming forward from this Freya card for sure. And you might also really like a lot of refinement though, because like, Freya is still a goddess. Like, she's a goddess of beauty. She can get down in the mud and, you know, be present on the battlefield. You know, like, I also get the energy that some of you might have actually identified as being tomboys when you were younger. And then you sort of realized at some point that like, wait a minute, I can like sports and I can, you know, hang out with a lot of guys and have a lot of male friends. and also be a complete goddess and like dress up to the nines and like embrace my complete femininity. Like there's duality there. Wow, this is so exciting. You might wear a lot of jewelry. This figure here, she's got on a ton of different pieces of jewelry, rings. Someone might have even hand tattoos. And people might find that absolutely stunning. Some of you might actually have face tattoos, like really leaning into your indigenous heritage, and you like fully went out and got indigenous, like, you know, part of your own heritage. You've gotten traditional tattoos on your face, which would be stunning. If anyone is thinking about doing that, like I would say that this would be a confirmation. You might like to wear a lot of hair accessories. Both of these figures have these like gorgeous headdresses on. Absolutely beautiful. You might like a lot of like, you might be really drawn to animals and stuff too. You might have like a strong like connection with animals, or like just a soothing nature. Like, cause I just keep getting drawn to this fur, and it's giving me this like real warm, fuzzy feeling. Like you might just exude a lot of love, even though you're strong. You know, you can really like have a balance between like both powers within you. Amazing. Okay, so let's get some more cards and see what else is going on for you guys. What else do others see as beautiful in you? Ooh, yes, you just got the lionfish. So I think that many of you might even be very exotic within your communities, you know, like you're different. You're not like everybody else. Whether that's just in your energy, or maybe that's the way you dress. Like I was saying before, you might have tattoos, you might have wear a lot of henna, and there's something about like, I feel like a spin on heritage, like strongly getting that, like you like dive into your own heritage for your family, and you're bringing it forward and you're making it your own, but you're spinning it so it's more modern in some way. But I'm getting images of like beautiful saris and like henna, and I'm getting yeah, like beaded jewelry, like a lot of like definitely is feeling like traditional bead crafts, which are predominant around the world. So your heritage might be African, your heritage could be Aboriginal, your heritage could be from many different places. Beadwork is at the core of that. I'm getting batik as well. So like textile work, you might like, for some of you, I feel like this might be a message just for one person, but I'm feeling like you've mined into like your mom's old clothes, like into her closet, and you found all these amazing pieces from when she was young, or maybe even traditional pieces that were like your mom's or your grandmother's, and you're starting to wear that stuff now. And I'm getting like goosebumps like all of my arms up to my face. So I would say that's a strong confirmation. Now the lionfish is beautiful and exotic and like very eye-catching, but it's also a poisonous fish. Like all of these spikes and all of this coloration is to warn people off, and it's really reminding me of the energy here with Freya's headdress, these wings, like there's strong parallel there. So the energy is pretty much the same between the lionfish and Freya, that you are strong, independent, unique, that you really like show your true self to the world. You don't care if other people don't get it, but you know, like you don't care because you radically accept that everyone is going to be, you know, their own unique person. And then if someone doesn't get it, you just know that that really has no effect on you, and you release those people. If somebody doesn't like what you like and they're not toxic about it, fine. You can have a very happy friendship or, you know, coworker relationship with them. But if they're toxic to you, you ice them out, man. They're gone. That ship has sailed. Okay, amazing. Let's get some more cards. Let me see. Okay, no, I'm feeling very drawn to this deck. Okay, so what do others find beautiful about pile number 1? Oh, yes, Queen. I just love it. Okay, so you got Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge. The essence of who I am flows effortlessly into everything I create. Yes, this is exactly what I was talking about. And I was talking about gorgeous saris and wearing like traditional dress, but in a modern way. Oh my God, I love that. I love that so much. And that's so the energy that I was talking about with Freya as well, with this radical acceptance and the lionfish, that like, you know who you are, and you just are gonna help yourself to continue to blossom and shine your light. You just know that being 100% authentic is the way forward to really experiencing beauty in your life. You know, like, because beauty comes from within. It's that 100% acceptance of ourselves, not judging ourselves anymore, that allows us to say, you know what, if I want to wear, you know, a tight dress, I don't care if I have a little bump or lump here, whatever. If I'm not worried about it, they have supporting garments for that. Like, I can buy that. I don't need to beat myself up over this. And besides, the people that don't like it can't handle those curves. You know, that's their issue, right? You don't need to like change yourself to fit somebody else's ideal of beauty, no matter what it is. And you totally get that. And I'm strongly getting the energy that it was a battle for you to get to that. You've got Mary Magdalene, the apostle to the apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. She has been painted as this, questionable figure, right, out of the Bible. She was not necessarily honored specifically by the church in her depiction as, being a strong supporter to Jesus. And she's been embraced by the feminist community, especially younger feminists that are coming up now, as this powerful role model. Like, she completely embodies what it is to be divine and holy, and also authentic, human, and flawed to a certain degree, right? I mean, I'm not saying that her storyline is flawed. It's just that it wasn't necessarily completely accepted by a large portion of people up until more recently. She was portrayed as being flawed, but you see those flaws as part of your like identity. You accept that. Again, it's going back to that Star of David and like the two energies layered on top of each other. Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so you just also got Umoja, the goddess of all that flows. I am an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. And I apologize if I mispronounced that name. This is gorgeous, and this gorgeous siren, I would classify, I'm not familiar with this goddess, to be perfectly honest, but she has what looks like a mermaid tail, which is so wild because I always design the thumbnail for my videos before I even do the video, typically. Even the themes sometimes come from the image that's channeled to me, and there's a mermaid or a siren on the thumbnail. Like, absolutely beautiful goddess, just like her. I love that. So yeah, again, this is kind of like what the Saraswati card was talking about, where you are allowing your creativity to flow into all areas of yourself. You know that what's in your heart, I think that you are a strong manifester. to be honest. I think that you lead with your heart, and you know that if you really want something inside and you're honest with yourself and you know, embrace the energy of love around whatever it is that you want, you'll be able to see it in the 3D, in your physical world. It will manifest for you. And then all of this water around her being an actual ocean goddess, is then connecting back to this energy of water and the psychic abilities that I kept picking up on for you guys, that intuition. Okay, so then you got Marguerite Poré, the mystic of divine love. Love is divine and I am nothing except love. Beautiful. Like I was just saying, that you really embody the energy of love. And again, that goes back to radical acceptance. You accept that other people are not going to be exactly like you, and that you are totally okay with that. I think that you actually like the diversity too. I think that you think that nature mirrors the way that society should be, and an environment that has no biodiversity dies, just like the ocean's coral reefs. You know, the coral reef starts to die, and then all of the sea life that was living off of that coral reef starts to die. We need biodiversity in all areas of our lives to thrive, and that includes humans. We need to be different because we inspire each other through our diversity. And you get that, you embrace it, you show that. People find that so beautiful about you. They are drawn to you. I think that you actually could be potentially a leader in your community. If you're not already there, you might be doing that in the future, because I'm getting strong like girl boss vibes. Like you might identify as being a feminist. That's the energy I'm getting here. Strong, strong, strong feminine energy that really, like, full empress that is like completely balanced with her inner emperor. I love it. And then you've got Rita of Cassia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miracles. My prayers create powerful channels of possibilities. Wow. So, like I was saying, you lead from the heart, you understand how to magnetize things into your life and manifest the life of your dreams. And it really, I think, started for you with you releasing people from your life that no longer served you. The people that really were cutting you down, and you were like, nope, we're done here. I'm not having this anymore. Oh my God, my guts were like the sage. You banished them from your life. Yes. And you were like, I am going to, if I have to walk this path by myself for a while, that's okay. Even if I just got channeled, even if you were having to walk this walk by yourself forever, you would have been okay with that. And your strength shined your inner beauty out. You were already beautiful on the outside, but now you have a glow about you. I think for some of you, you might have actually been in toxic relationships and you were like, bye, I'm not doing this anymore. You don't honor me. You don't respect me. You don't know who I am. You have no understanding of how powerful I am. And I don't need you to understand. I know it and I'm going. And that is amazing. I am so glad that you guys did that. So let's get a couple more cards about what makes you beautiful to others. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh my God. I love it. Okay. So you got decision. So you have a lot of strength. You make a firm decision and you like are planning your moves ahead. I think it also really comes back to this manifestation. Like people find you like beautiful. Like, I mean, you might have, I'm being drawn back to talk about physical characteristics. So when I look at these cards, I basically see a strong woman. So you might not identify as a woman. You might identify as more in your divine masculine. You might, on a physical level, you might not define yourself at all. But the energy that's coming through the cards, right, is that strong, divine, feminine energy. And what I'm seeing is people that are from every walk of life, like every skin tone. I'm seeing lots of like beautiful red hair is coming through on a number of cards. Beautiful dark hair, beautiful like gorgeous glowing chocolatey skin. I'm seeing gorgeous, like, I mean, there's literally somebody from, like, I'm getting indigenous communities. I'm getting, you might be like, have Indian heritage. There's like all kinds of different people that are coming through, but curvy, definitely getting a lot of curviness. And like I was saying, like, you might like to wear a lot of jewelry. You might have really curly hair. You might have really like big curly hair, because I'm getting that here and I'm also getting that here. You might like to wear your hair long. Everyone has long hair, and even the lionfish has this beautiful long mane. So like I was saying before, with the decision card, I think that you know what you want out of life. You set your eyes on your goal and you like play your moves to get you there, because you are rolling forward like the queen that you are, and you want to be on the top. You are going to push back against any resistance. I see you here. We've got like the bull. We've got a symbol here for Taurus. You are this beautiful parrot. You are exotic. You are colorful. You are interesting. You stand out from the crowd. And there are forces that have been in your life that are like trying to push you back into a box, right? Like trying to push you back into the shadows. And you're like, no way! You stand on those fools. You are completely in control of all of your energies. This figure is standing on this man and multitasking, holding all of these different symbols. You are adapting yourself to every single situation, and you are taking control. And whoever you end up being in a love partnership with is going to, honestly, I feel like they're going to truly be your sidekick. And like they want someone who has that kind of leadership and determination. You know, like they're not going to be shied away from that at all. And if you're not all the way there and you're sort of having situations in your life where you have been in relationships with people that didn't honor and respect you, and that didn't see your strength as beautiful, listen to your future self. Cut that person out of your life, because you are a goddess. Like, you are so powerful. You are able to achieve anything. You are completely adaptable, and you are a source of great light to the world. You got the enthusiasm card. Like, you are super positive. You're really fun to be around. You, I think, see things in a totally different light. Like, you just, you know, like, you, I think are able to see the beauty in things that other people don't see beauty in. Like, you might see, like, I'm getting the energy of, like, you know, like people that really like love bats, you know, like, or love spiders, where like there's some people that are terrified of those two creatures, and you're like, oh my god, that bat is so cute, I love it so much. Like, you just see things like from a totally different point of view, or you see humor and things that people might find sort of like sad. Like, and I'm getting this sense of like you can laugh at your own failures, or even your own trauma. Like, you're able to look back at a situation and tell somebody a story, and like, you are able to laugh about it because you've released all the pain, you've released all this baggage, and now you're just like, oh my God, that was hilarious. That was so silly. Like, you don't beat yourself up about the decisions that you made back then. You understand that they were a learning experience, and people love that about you. You know, like, you just are like this burst of energy, and like, you just are climbing mountains. You are just conquering. I love it so much. So let's get a couple final cards to find out what people find so beautiful about you. Pile number one. Okay. Wow, you got a lot. Okay, so first card that came out is breaking bad habits, self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. That's the theme of your whole reading. Like, you are a warrior. You've overcome all of the self-limiting beliefs. But like, what's so beautiful is that because you've overcome that for yourself, you don't hold other people to that standard either. You're not going to entertain toxic energy in your life, like I said, but you're like, you let people be who they truly are, and people are like magnetized to that energy. They find it so beautiful. You know, like, I think that in others' eyes, you like glow. You like literally radiate. Then you got, oh my God, this card says time to shine, creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. I was just seeing how you literally shine. You glow. Wow, and you're a natural manifester, like I keep saying. Like, you, and I think that you actually are able to help. It's kind of like you're a good luck charm. I think that other people see you as a good luck charm, like, because they don't recognize that it's because of your positive attitude, you accepting the good and the bad and just charging forward towards whatever goal you have, is raising your vibration, and just being around you naturally cleanses, purifies their energy, and raises their vibration. So good things start happening to them, and they're like, oh my God, I need to hang out with this person more often because look at all these miracles that are happening around me. Now, of course, they might not recognize that they're miracles, but you and I both know better. You might actually, like I was saying before, actually be interested in magic and witchcraft, and you might actually be like doing divination to help these people, and they're like, oh my God, she has like serious powers. All these things that she's been telling me about are coming true. Or you're doing spell work for people and it's really helping them and benefiting them. You might be doing Reiki. You might be helping heal their own internal wounds in some way. You got prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and success. I think that you're a very successful person. Like I was saying, with all this manifestation abilities, you probably have achieved great success within your industry, or you're embarking on a new journey as far as your industry, job, career goals go. And if you're at the beginning stages, I promise you, you're going to be a huge success. You got insight, opens the third eye to strengthen intuition. Oh my God, I was just talking about how you are likely able to give psychic messages to others, and like they're magnetized to you as a result of that. And you definitely have that psychic energy, that you have that witch energy too because of Freya. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds, and that is the power of manifestation. We have to have undivided focus and faith that everything will work out. And like people that aren't used to manifesting and like the really harnessing the power of the energy around them, think that it's like magical thinking and it's just like a fluke that this stuff worked out in our favor. But you know better. You know that like there are plenty of very legitimate scientists that have written papers, and there's been all kinds of information that's come out that supports this idea of energy and vibration. And I think that you have a balance between the like, you know, your logical analytical side as well as your spiritual, like magical side. You partner the two of them together. You're all about balance. And then you've got labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration and enlightenment. Like I was saying, you raise your vibration and you've created this like beautiful harmonic resonance within you. And that is like shifting and changing the energy for everyone that's around you. I think you glow. You might actually have people say to you, you know, like, what have you been doing? You're glowing. You look so rested and rejuvenated. And like, that's what it looks like when you finally accept yourself for who you are. And you don't, you know, put self-limiting beliefs on yourself or label yourself as damaged just because you don't fit into some tiny little box that was designed for you by advertisers, that was designed so that you would feel on the outs because they're trying to sell you something. You're like, nope, we're done with that. Bye. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This was such a fun reading to do. I feel very connected to Freya, so I definitely really like your energy. And if anyone's interested in having a one-on-one reading with me, you can always go to my website, odessamall.com, and book there. And if you like the video, please like, share it if you know someone else that might be interested in the video. And if you haven't already joined the family, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 2. Okay, so I've got your pile here and your succulent. These cards are going to give me an idea of what people find most beautiful about you. I'll be looking at physical characteristics as well as your personality. So let me see what you've got here. You've got Lizzie, Revelation, and you've got Knight of Inspirations. Beautiful. So right away, the energy that I'm getting is that you are a very fiery, passionate person. I think that you have a lot of ideas that I think that might be sort of intimidating to others, or at least they're like unexpected. And I think that you can kind of like, you know, shift from sort of like a steady pace to like fast-paced energy like really quickly. I am especially getting that from this card, the Knight of Wands in a traditional deck, because of this wild horse. There is no rider. You are this wild stallion just charging forward with this fiery mane. The firework being a symbol of you getting this bolt of inspiration, this idea, and you just charging forward. And I think that you are able to harness opportunities or energy that others really don't know how to cultivate that into an opportunity. Like Lizzie is holding her palm out and she is gathering lightning in her palm, and she is creating and manifesting this lightning dragon. And dragons are a symbol of good luck and magic and opportunity, abundance. It's a very positive message. And so you have these bolts of inspiration. You're able to gather this information, and it is all designed to bring you happiness and abundance. I think that you are also a very unique person aesthetically. I think that you like the finer things in life. There's something that's coming forward about the hands for sure. So you might have beautiful nails done. You might be really into nail art. You might have really long fingers. You might have tattoos on your hands, or wear a statement piece of jewelry, but the hands are definitely coming forward. Also earrings, like there's something about earrings. You might wear your hair up a lot and then wear like big statement earrings. That's coming forward. You might have short hair, or like I said, wear your hair up. That's what I'm getting aesthetically. Oh, and high cheekbones. That's really coming through as well. And I feel like for many of you, you have like beautiful pigmentation to your skin, whether you are more like darker skin tone, whether it's like a darker like brown color, or whether it's more like mid-tone. But I definitely am feeling pigmentation to this skin, which is like beautiful, and people are just completely drawn to it. I feel like you have okay, I was about to say, I feel like you glow, but then I got tripped up because I almost started to say tendency. So you might actually have a tendency to wear a particular scent on your skin, because I'm getting there's a scent, but there's an action that you do. So maybe you wear a lot of hand cream or some sort of special, you might even make your own lotions or hand creams, or you make your own perfume, or you have a signature scent, because there's something about you doing a particular action that draws people to your skin, and that is really beautiful. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. Let's get some more cards. Okay, so you might like to wear gold, or like gold jewelry, but it might just be like, I'm actually getting gold and silver coming forward. So you might like to wear a lot of rings, something like that. Okay, so what do people find beautiful about pile number 2? You might have freckles, or, lovely. Oh, too many cards. You might have freckles, or some sort of pigmentation to the skin that is unique. And you might even have vitiligo, and you've got like a different pigmentations on different parts of your body. And it's because I'm looking at this horse's coat and how beautiful it is, and all the different shades of brown and cream, and there's like strong energy of like different types of pigmentation coming through. So maybe that resonates with you. And I do get this sense that if that is the case, you also recognize the beauty in it. And like if you're wearing makeup, you don't try and cover it up, which I think is amazing. I love that. Okay, so what do people find beautiful about pile number 2? Okay, great. Beautiful. Okay, so you got the raven. Lovely. So the raven is connected to magic. It's also connected to trickster energy. And then you also got the fox, which is also connected to trickster energy. So at the end, there's a protea on this card, so you might actually have heritage that is South African, but you might be a bit of a trickster. You might the energy I'm also getting back to Lizzie that connects with these cards is that you might kind of be impulsive. And it works out in your favor. I think you've really been able to master and harness this skill to be able to create the outcome that you want. Now, that might not have always been the case in the past. You might have made decisions that were sort of like spur of the moment, and it took you down pathways that like didn't necessarily like lead you to the outcome that you wanted, but you see those as like learning experiences, and that they helped you to perfect your skills so that you could really achieve what you want now. you're able to create the life that you want, the abundance that you want. And I do think that you really like luxury. I think that you really love beautiful, finer things. But most importantly, you really love experience. And I think that you like you're the type of person that would like go out and just travel the world for a year, you know, and like not necessarily even have a solid plan of what you're gonna do. You just know that you want to see the world. The raven has the world in its beak. And you're like, I've got a passport, I'm gonna get a work visa and I'll figure it out, you know, like I'll, you know, tend bar, or, you know, I'll figure something out and it'll all work out. And it's led you on these adventures that have taken you to places that I'm getting that your family has never even seen. Like you're like the first person in your entire family that's ever been to certain places or experienced certain things. And it's really opened your eyes up to new opportunities and ways of being in the world. I think you've met a wide range of different people, and some of them have been like very like funny, sort of mischievous people. Like that's the energy that I'm getting strongly with this fox. Like you're out there, like, and maybe even it's like because it's going back to that truth seeker. You might be the kind of person that is like running, like, okay, because the energy that I'm getting is that you are going out and revealing truths, but you're doing it in a funny way. So you might have your own YouTube channel, or like have your own blog, or, you know, your own way of communicating these truths. Maybe you're a journalist and you're like, or a podcaster, and you're like getting together with a whole bunch of friends and you're gonna like go and like do a deep dive into a cold case or something, you know, like that kind of energy. Or maybe you guys are like artists and you're like bohemians. Like I'm getting that strong vibe. Like, or maybe you're like a travel blogger, but it's like strongly like people getting together and like being carefree and getting up to mischief and having a ton of fun while they do it. And you also got the lynx, and the lynx is a very powerful cat, connected with hunting and like at night. So you might be strongly connected to the moon energy. You might live in a cold climate. The lynx are native to Canada. That's where I am. And you'll find them in areas that do experience deep cold and winter. You might actually have white hair. You might have been naturally silver, or you might have dyed your hair white, because that's coming through with the lynx strongly. I do keep getting like this strong, like something about your hair is really beautiful. So maybe you have like a unique haircut, or you have like different colors of hair. You might like change your hair color a lot too. But I'm strongly getting the energy like I was saying before, you wear your hair up a lot, or your hair is shorter. That might not be for all of you, but like, and my guides keep wanting me to say punk rock. So maybe you're like totally into punk rock and like alternative culture stuff. And I'm channeling at the same time that I'm talking to you guys. And they just keep giving me the energy now of like tattoos and motorcycles. And this feels like a contrast to the energy that I was feeling before. So some of you really like luxury and beautiful things, and you like name brand stuff. You might really be into like designer labels. But then there's another side of you, and maybe you've switched. Maybe you've evolved as you've grown. Or there's just another portion of this group that's really into like tattoos and rock and roll and motorcycles, but you both have the same energy about you. That's the thing. Your aesthetics are different, but you have the same energy. So that's cool. Let's get some more cards. What do people find beautiful about pile number 2? What do people find beautiful about pile number 2? Okay. Okay, one more card. What do people find beautiful about pile number 2? Okay. Oh my God, you just got Freya. You might want to go back and listen to pile number 1 because Freya was also a primary figure in pile number 1. Like Freya was one of the 2 cards that you guys were selecting from. That's wild. Okay, so goddess of discernment. I spend my time wisely. I say yes when it's a holy hell yes. Yeah, like this is this energy that I'm getting of like this powerful person who is a real warrior, but like also has this like beautiful side. Like, yeah, definitely. Like it was a little bit different in pile number 1, but there was still that contrast. Like somebody who loves beautiful refinement and somebody who also really likes, you know, things that would be like sort of like associated with the divine masculine on a traditional level, you know, like things that are sort of tough and rugged. That's the energy I'm getting, because I feel like for some of you, you might actually have tattoos like over your whole body, whereas others of you would never get a tattoo at all, but there's still that energy. Like you might never get a tattoo, but you'll wear jewelry that has your name on it. That kind of thing. Or I'm seeing somebody actually even with like nail art that has their name on it. That kind of energy. I love that. That's so cool. Freya is such a powerful goddess. I absolutely love her. She's like a goddess of beauty. She's a goddess of warfare. She's a goddess of magic. So going back to you manifesting everything that you want, I think that you are very unique beauty. I think that you're quite striking. I think that people would describe you as stunning. I really do. And you got Sappho, the poetess. I love every inch of my body, and I love the women in my life fiercely. Awesome. So you might be that might be going back to this. You might be a real like disruptor. You might really be part of like the body positivity movement, which I love. We need everyone to like be their authentic self, stand out there and show everything that is unique about them and really highlight how beautiful it is, you know? And for each of you, it's going to come, like, you'll present it in a different way. Like I was saying before, some of you might have tattoos over your whole body. Some of you might have vitiligo or different pigmentation or like strong freckles, or you've got, you know, I'm also getting like really strong, like some of you might, you know, have things about you that you felt shame about that you are now starting to see as beautiful or uniquenesses that need to be brought into the light. You know, like, because I'm getting like alopecia. You might have had trouble where your hair was thinning or falling out and you were like, I have deep shame as a result of this. And now you're like, no. One, I could either wear a wig or I can rock gorgeous scarves, or I can be honest about who I am because I'm not the only person that is like this, and I can create a new narrative. I can like literally shave my head and I could, you know, rock my clean shaven head and show that as beautiful. Like, this will resonate for each of you in a different way, but I really feel like you show your true beauty, and you are not going to apologize for who you are, and that shakes things up and it intimidates people to a certain degree. I'm getting the sense that for some of you, you've had people in your life that were very traditional, and that, I mean, we've all been around only one standard of beauty, and that one standard of beauty being totally unattainable for most people. And it's designed that way. It's designed to make you feel like you're not good enough so that you buy more stuff, right? They're trying to sell you an image that is unachievable. And if you rejected that, and you're like, no, if I have curves, or if I'm short, and I'm still beautiful, I'm even more beautiful because my height is on the petite side. You know, like, it doesn't all have to be in line with what the media tells us is beautiful. Okay, so you got Amaterasu. I apologize. I think I've mispronounced that, but she's the goddess of light. We are all sacred mirrors reflecting back the same light. Absolutely. As you accepted your own beauty and you started to radiate your own self-acceptance, and you started to like be more honest and open about showing your beauty, not being ashamed by it. You know, like, if you're curvier, or if you have something about yourself that doesn't fit that standard definition of beauty, or if you just like something that is not this standard definition of beauty, then you accepted that. You're like, I'm going to show this to the world because there's other people all around the world that do think that I am absolutely beautiful, and I know I am, so I'm going to shine that light. And you're like getting people to see things in a totally new way, redefining beauty altogether. Absolutely. And like, I'm getting like energy where, you know, there are people that, like, this has come through before for me, and this is like so powerful. People that have lost limbs due to accidents, or possibly they were just born without a limb, or, you know, there was some sort of like physical difference, and they're like, I can still be a model. Hell yes, you can. Absolutely. All eyes will be on you because you're unique. You're a revelation. And people see that beauty for everything that it absolutely is, which is perfect. Perfect divine creation. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's get some more cards about what people find beautiful. There's something about your hair too. Like, you might be very, like I was saying before, like, you might change your hair color. You might have short hair, but you might also do like really wild things with your hair too, you know, like you might do like Princess Leia buns, and then you like wear a flower crown, or like you like play with things. You are experimental. You might, like I was saying before, wear headscarves, or there's something about that, or like there's streaks of color in your hair, or you wear a lot of like jewelry, like hair accessories, barrettes, things like that. That's strongly coming forward. Red lipstick. There's definitely people that are something about the mouth, like you have a beautiful mouth, big lips, like full pouty kissable lips is what I'm getting. Like, I love that. And there's something strongly coming forward about your eyes. Like, you have a piercing stare. I think that people might even like have a hard time keeping eye contact with you, because it's like you can just stare into their soul. Like, that's Like you see them, you really see them. And for people that are insecure, that can be really uncomfortable, but it's just like there's this magic in your eyes. Wow, I love it. And I'm getting really big boobs. I'll be honest, that's really coming forward. Really big boobs. But I'm also getting like petite chest as well, like, because there's a contrast here with Sappho and the way that her dress is cut. It's like really giving me like strong bosom vibes, and then whenever I get a lot of like globe symbolism with the moon and stuff, I get big boobies. But then with this card, I'm getting, and with Freya, I'm getting more of a petite chest. So, you know, somewhere on the spectrum. Okay, so let's see what else we've got here. Oh, and I just noticed that the Lizzie card is number 29. And the number 29, it reduces down to 11. 11 is a master number, very, very powerful. And then that further reduces down to 1. And the number 1 is talking about being in complete alignment, being in alignment with your higher self and like what your divine purpose is. And that's intoxicating to people. That's amazing. Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so you are getting some really, really powerful cards here. That one wanted to come out. Okay. All right, so the first card that you got is status. So you guys actually might be on a public stage. You might actually have some level of fame coming to you or in your future, because you got status, achievement, and fortune. Or you might just have that star quality energy where people are like, wow, you should be, you know, an actor. You should be like famous. You should be like on a public stage. Like they just want to watch you. And I feel like you're a real leader. Like I'm getting the like trendsetter vibe, you know, like that you start like wearing your hair a certain way, or you buy, you know, a certain outfit and you're wearing things a certain way. I'm getting the energy too that for some of you, you're thrifters and you're like, I'm gonna go and find something that's unique, and like, whereas no one sees the beauty in it until you wear it a certain way. Or maybe you upcycle things, like maybe you like buy an old dress from, you know, the 70s that has a great print on it, but like the fit is terrible, and you completely reconstruct it into like the coolest outfit. Like that's the energy I'm getting, especially with this status. Like you are trend setter. Absolutely. And like people look to you for guidance on that. You might have a lot of friends that are like, oh, you know, like I have a date, can you come over and help me pick out my outfit? That kind of energy. Like people just, and I feel like you like really do want to help people like from your heart, and that is super intoxicating. They just find that really beautiful about you. But you're a star. This fortune card, and you've got so many of these sun images. Even like the firework has that sort of energy, you know, of this you're a star. I really feel that way. And the endurance card, it's you put your mind to something and you just keep charging towards it, like unwavering. And like you are up for the challenge. You like it. Like I was saying before with the Night of Inspirations and Lizzie, you just want to discover new things. The discovery card and the assertion, like there's a dragon here. Again, you're a lucky person. You will go up against the establishment. You will break chains. You will break the mold. You will definitely, and for some reason, I feel like you also got inspired. Like for some of you, there might be a moment where you're like, you saw your beauty because you realize that there's different beauty standards around the entire globe, and they're constantly evolving. Like if you go and look at beautiful paintings of nudes in an art gallery that were created 200 years ago, you're going to see an entirely different silhouette than what you would see now. You know, like you are beautiful because you exude that beauty. You have an appreciation for who you are, and the appreciation for life. That's the other thing that I get that people find so beautiful about you. You just have this appreciation for everything that's around you, and you're able to organize your opportunity. Okay, so this card, organization, there's a couple of things that are going on. First, there's Mercury. Mercury is a messenger of the gods, connected to communication, directly connected to psychic communication. So it's telling me that you're getting messages from source, which I already know because we've talked about that earlier. Then you've got all of this cattle that's being organized by these farmers, and this hand that has these wheat sheaves. You're reaping the harvest, right? So you're getting messages about trends. Maybe it's like I'm going to start, really leaning into, early 90s, and like you were like convinced like it's all the Y2K fashion that's going to be hot, and you were wearing this stuff like 5 years before other people even saw it as anything other than junk, and you like were a trendsetter, right? But to do that, you had to sort of like stand out there by yourself for a while. But I don't think that you really care. To be perfectly honest, I think you're totally okay with that. You like it. I think you like being ahead of the curve. Okay, so what else do people find beautiful about pile number 2? Nice. Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so you got achievement, win the award, accolades, or contract. So like I was saying, like you might actually be publicly recognized or famous in now or in the future. That is amazing. You've achieved a lot, and you have like just amazing timing, amazing abilities to like alchemize your life, to create these opportunities for yourself. You got abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune, and lucky chances. But it's not a chance. Like you're manifesting this. You are taking the risks necessary to make this happen for yourself. You got Awaken, 3 rays of light, balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Again, a connection back to pile number 1. So you definitely might want to go back because of the Freya connection as well. Really balancing out. And that also was coming forward when I was talking about how you like the finer things, but like I felt 2 energies. Like some of you really like name brand like labels and like traditional high-end fashion, but then you also are, into motorcycles and rock and roll and tattoos. Some of you might be both, together, and that's what makes you so unique, and it's making you famous. That is amazing. I love that. And healing. True healing of the mind, body, and soul. You had to make peace with the fact that other people didn't get you, and that they wanted to stick you in a little box, I think. They wanted you to just be just like them, and you're like, no, I'm not going to be like you. I'm wild and free. And you wanted to play and like be mischievous and like see what happened, and that frightened them. But you were willing to take those risks. You got labyrinth, transition to a higher level of being, raising your energetic vibration, enlightenment. To go through the labyrinth, you have to sort of be willing to face the unknown and knowing that there's possible dangers or failures, right? The Minotaur is in the labyrinth. You don't know the way out. It's dark. But you went in anyways because it was an adventure. I love that. Oh my God. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. It was such a fun one to do. If anyone is interested in having a one-on-one personal reading with me, you can go to my website, odessamall.com. If you like this video, please like it or share it with someone else who might be interested in it. And if you haven't joined our family yet, please subscribe to the channel. I'd love to see you in the next reading. Take care. Hi, pile number 3, welcome back. Okay, so I've got your pile here and your candle. So these cards are going to give me an idea of how others view you, what they find beautiful about you. I'll be talking about physical characteristics and your personality and everything that's inside. So let's see what you guys have. You've got Demeter, nurturer, and you also got the 5 of inspirations. Cool, like the 5 of wands. Okay, so first off, Demeter, the goddess Demeter, she is connected to the harvest and the cycles of nature, renewal and growth. She is powerful. She's also a powerful communicator and negotiator, which connects back to this 5 of wands, because the 5 of wands is talking about battles and conflict. It can also be talking about diversity. So this might be a large group of very diverse people, or you might represent diversity within our culture. You know, the way that you embody beauty might be a different standard of beauty to what is like commonly sort of marketed to us, which is gorgeous. I love that. And I definitely get the sense though that you speak your truth and you speak your mind. I get the sense that you're quite nurturing about it though. Like Demeter, for example, the reason I think that is because Demeter, her daughter Persephone was stolen by Hades and taken to the underworld. And she had to negotiate with Hades to have Persephone brought back to her half of the year. Now, she did that by basically just plunging the entire earth into winter. So when you really feel strongly about something, when you feel something is unjust, you put your foot down and you're like, no, I'm going to use every tool at my disposal to make this right. And people find that so beautiful about you. I think that you truly have a strong sense of justice. But for everything that you feel needs to end, you have an idea about what needs to grow. You have an idea about the future. You're optimistic and hopeful. You want to see the world emerge as something better. You know, you want opportunities for everyone. The energy I'm getting is that you want there to be wider, a wider, more inclusive beauty standard, and I think that you actively embrace that in your own life. Like, I definitely feel like there's been moments where you're like really aware that you are a role model to younger people or just anyone in your life. You know, you have had conversations with yourself where you're like, this might not relate to all of you, but you know, if you had your own daughters, what does it say to my daughters if I'm beating myself up about gaining 5 pounds or 10 pounds or 40 pounds, 100 pounds, you know? Like, what does that say to them? If I want them to feel good in their skin, I have to model that to them. You embrace that, and like, you will apply that to your life in whatever way fits for you. Like, if you don't have kids, you're still modeling that to everyone else that you know, your coworkers, your colleagues, your fellow students, you know, your classmates, your friends, your family, you know, younger siblings. Like, you really get that. And like, it's so funny because this is the card 11. It's a master number, and pile number 2 also had a card that reduced down to 11, and then that also reduced down to the number 1. You guys are on track for what you're supposed to be doing, you know, in this life, like your soul's purpose. And I definitely think for some of you, it might have something to do with beauty. Some of you might work in the beauty industry in various roles. Like you could be a fashion designer, a jewelry designer, you could be a model, you could be a hairstylist, you could be a photographer, you could be a photo retoucher, you could be, this could be also something that you do on, like as a side hustle. You know, like you have your own little cosmetic company on this side, or you do like, I'm getting like wedding accessories, that kind of thing, or like special occasion accessories. Maybe you do nails on this side, something like that. Alterations. I'm getting strongly like knitting, like, because I'm getting weaving. Like my guides just keep saying to me, weaving, weaving, weaving. But you could be like weaving. When they say weaving to me, I could take that literally. I could tell you that some of you might be knitters or weavers, or you do embroidery or something to do with textiles, but you could be weaving a whole new standard of beauty. That could be like you're crafting like words, like you're writing poetry, you're writing songs, you're writing books, you're writing blog posts. Like weaving is one of those words that when it's channeled to me, it really could go in a bunch of different ways. So let's see how that comes out as we progress through your reading. Yeah, like this, I really like going back to, I have this image of you looking in the mirror and really like challenging yourself to fight back against the shadow self, like the things about yourself that you didn't find beautiful, and that you really like you are a champion of that kind of shadow work now, and people find that beautiful, you know? Like it's like that TikTok where that guy is like you know, on a number from like 1 to 10, what are you? And she's like, I'm a 10. Yeah, I'm flawless. Like, that's your energy. Like, I love it. Okay, so what do people find beautiful about, oh, you got 3. Nice. Oh my God. Okay, so you got the bat. Beautiful. So I find bats very majestic creatures. Like they are fabulous. I mean, they're connected to really being really gifted at hearing other people and hearing other people's perspectives, because their echolocation skills allow them to navigate at night. So you really hear people. You're a good listener, and people find that so beautiful about you. There is something to do, like some of you actually might be like pilots. You might have some connection to flight, or you might be attracted to the darker sides of life. You know, your aesthetic might be more like you wear a lot of black, and like I'm getting witchy too. So you might like have a witchier aesthetic, which is awesome. You might play with your makeup too. Like you might wear a smoky eye, or like darker colors, or even black lipstick, you know, like you rock that in a modern, cool way, and it really suits you. And people really like, you know, see that as completely beautiful. And I'm being drawn to these crystals. Maybe you wear a lot of crystal jewelry like I do. Like I'm all like covered in crystals all the time. Even have them in my pockets. You might be like that as well, and you like working with crystals, and people find that really, really interesting. And then you got praying mantis. There's something like Demeter, like from Earth, very beautiful to look at, but there's also sort of this dangerous element. Like you can really take care of business. And I'm getting that same energy from the deer, because this is a male deer, full points. You know, this is like the energy of being able to stand your ground. But deer are also just such majestic creatures. And so there might be something to do with you liking to wear a lot of hats, or there's something to do with your hair, like you might do really interesting things with your hair, like wrap it up, or you've got locks, or you put like gems or jewels in your hair, or like wrap it with gold threads, or like I'm strongly getting that kind of energy, which is gorgeous. I love that. Or you might just like wearing a lot of hair accessories, or crowns is coming forward, but like, I mean, like it could be like gorgeous bejeweled headbands, that kind of thing, like headdresses, like Demeter, like, but you know, actually I was about to say something wearable, but then I heard strongly, no, you are not about subtlety. More is what I just heard. I love that. You're just like, yeah, you know, pour on all the riches. I love it. Okay, cool. So let me get some more cards. There's like a strong physicality to these cards too. Like you are, and I just heard large and in charge, and I feel like that's talking about presence. Like when you walk into a room, like your energy enters the room before you do, you know, like you just, it's like, and there's something about your laugh, like you have an amazing laugh, you're just very loud and boisterous, and people just are magnetized to you. And like you can live in all different environments, like the bat being able to fly, the insect being able to see things from like a different perspective, like low to the ground, high up, and then having this strength too, you know, like there's strongly coming forward that you are able to really like hear people and see things from different perspective, and like see the beauty all around you. I'm strongly getting, and people, like you inspire others. They're like out with you in nature, and you're like walking down the street and you're like, oh my God, look at this beautiful flower. And like, it's like this gorgeous, unique flower. And I'm seeing a trillium in my mind. And in Ontario, in Canada, Ontario, that is our provincial flower. And it's very rare and it's protected. You can't pick it. And like, you do not see it very often. You're the kind of person that would be walking down the street and you would see the trillium. Whereas everyone else is like, got their face in their phones and they don't see it. You know, like you're connected with nature, and people really find that so beautiful. Like I just heard Mother Nature. Cool. Okay, so what else? Okay, so I've got bunch of cards here. Okay, so first let's go with, you got Saint Bridget, Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. You're a light to people. I think that you help them to see the beauty within them. You know, like you don't see imperfections. You see them as opportunities to get creative. And I really love that energy. I really, really do. That, you know, you see things from all these different perspectives. Now, you might also wear headscarves, or because like there's a couple of cards here that have, you know, this is the habit, but have a headscarf. So that might also be what I was getting when I was talking about, like, there's something about the hair. You might actually completely cover your hair. I love that. Okay. Perpetua, a saint of authenticity. I am an authentic self in all circumstances. And I apologize if I mispronounce that. That is beautiful. You know, you are completely authentic. You speak truth. And, you know, and I just heard, but why? You're that kind of person where you're like, okay, people will say, well, no, you have to, like, you know, always, you can't wear white after Labor Day. That's like a super old example, but that's what just came forward to me. And you're like, but why? Like, or, you know, why can't I, you know, dye half of my hair green and, you know, like braid the other half? You know, like, why can't I do that and still, like, you know, go to work and be treated like a normal person? Like, you really question the self-limiting beliefs that other people have on themselves. Or, you know, you've got somebody has like a birthmark on their face, and they're like, yeah, but I'm not attractive because of my birthmark. And they're like, but why would you think that's not attractive? Like, you're so unique, it's beautiful. It's like you don't look like anyone else. Like, play it up, you know, like, highlight that. Do your makeup and then leave just your birthmark exposed. Like, that's your energy. That's the attitude you have. And people see that as so alluring. Maybe you are that person. Maybe you have a birthmark on your face and you're like, I'm gonna just leave it exposed. Like, I just love that so much. Sarah LaCali, Queen of the Outsiders. See, oh my God. This one is a newer deck, so that's why I don't know how to pronounce all of the names, and I don't know what all of the cards say. I'm just getting acquainted with it. It says, I arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. Queen of the Outsiders. Yes. Yes. You are authentic, unique. I think that you get inspired by people from all different cultures too. Like, I think that you also, you're mindful of expropriation, but you also really seek to find balance where you can, you know, you're moved by something and you want to be able to find a way to authentically integrate it into your own style, your own sense of beauty, you know, because the more we connect with other cultures and different types of beauty, the more it becomes normal. We normalize a lot of things that people are experiencing as flaws, and we can then elevate those to a whole new level, and then we liberate people, and that's what you do, and people find that so enticing and so beautiful. Oh, I feel really happy. Okay, so let's get some more cards. And what do people find beautiful about pile number 3? Whoa. Okay. Amazing. Okay, so you got assertion. This card came out in pile number 2. So if you were drawn to pile number 2, you might want to go back because you also got the enthusiasm card, and that was also featured in pile number 2. So assertion, you will like battle against other people's self-limiting beliefs. There's a dragon here. Now, dragons are a symbol of good luck. So standing your ground and being a warrior and like being authentic and being unique is actually bringing you great opportunities. And I think that those battles actually are sort of exciting to you. I think that like the critiques of others and the self-limiting beliefs, you actually find inspiring. You really twist that concept on its head where somebody's like, you take it on as a challenge. Like if you hear, oh, well, you know, I can't wear my hair natural, or and where, you know, there's something about hair coming forward, something about natural hair, and somebody having a belief that they can't wear their natural, okay, There's a story coming forward to me that has something to do with somebody having hair breakage, and they feel like they can't wear their natural hair as a result of the breakage, having something to do with either they had extensions or something like that. And you are like, no, let's find an amazing way for you to feel totally authentic and gorgeous. And you either lead by example, by you have this issue and you're going to find a solution for yourself, or you're helping other people to find solutions. And you just like bring them so much hope and optimism for the future, and they find that so beautiful. Like, I really feel like you might be working in the beauty industry. Absolutely. Like, you might be creating clothing for people that are in a situation where they're like, their needs aren't being met, or they're in a minority group where it's like the market is niche. So, you know, the big box stores and the big retailers are like, not worth our time. And you're like, absolutely, it is worth our attention. And your business is focused on that. You're really inspired by that. And it's bringing you great fulfillment. You got the fulfillment card, ships coming in and a giant bag of money. Like, that is amazing. You know, it's reminding me of this story that I think it was NPR. They were talking with this team, these two guys that had developed a company that developed razors for people that had like curly hair, that like, oftentimes this particular group was saying that Black African-American men were having trouble using like Gillette razors and stuff. It would give them razor burn because the way that the hair grows, it's in a spiral and not straight. So it wasn't cutting it, it was giving them razor burns and rashes. So these two guys decided that they were going to present this idea to Gillette. They worked for Gillette. And Gillette completely dismissed it. It was like, no, it's not worth our time. There's not a big enough market. Like, what? Like, that's ridiculous. How could that not be a big enough market? And so they just went and created their own company, and they're a huge success now. So that's the energy I'm getting, where you're like, I reject this, and I do think this is important, and I'm going to create this product for this group, or I'm going to create this new defined standard of beauty, like Tess Holliday does. You know, like, she shows all of her beautiful, gorgeous curves, and she's stunning. That's the energy I'm getting. Like, you just show you show beauty in a different light, and you're a face that, you know, you're presenting a face that other people, you know, is missing from the market, and that other people really need to see. Like, you're a needed voice. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it so, so, so much. Okay, so let me get a couple more cards. I am going to dive into this one. Actually, no. Let's go here. Okay, what do people find so beautiful about pile number 3? Oh boy. Okay, you got a ton. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so you've got dragonfly. You bring light to the world. That's awesome. I love that. The dragon energy I was talking about of good luck. That's amazing. Then you got air. Work with the element of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Absolutely. Truth seekers. You being, you know, brave enough to go out and say that you reject what is commonly being presented in the beauty industry or in your community, and like, you're breaking the mold. You're going to do it differently. And I absolutely love that. Then you got a ton here. Okay, so you got abracadabra with wings, fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. If there is an idea that you have about some sort of product or something that you want to bring to the world that has something to do with like beauty or fashion or even fitness or health or something to do with the physicality and the way people see themselves, do it if you haven't already done it. It's going to be a huge success. With abracadabra with wings, this is that good luck energy. You're a light to the world, the dragonfly, good luck energy. Then you also got the sun. The golden energy of the sun brings fame and fortune. Like if there's a TikTok that you've been wanting to start, your own TikTok channel, or you want to start your own YouTube channel, and like you want to be talking about who you are and like you're unique in some way, or you have a special message, do it. I know it's frightening at first. Like it was scary for me to come and start this channel initially. But like you can have such a huge impact on people. And not only will you have an impact on healing them, they will have an impact on healing you. Just like all you guys, all of your beautiful messages and like our connection heals me as well. You can do this for other people. Then you got the festival, creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Maybe there's a beautiful event you've been wanting to start. Maybe there's like an alternative like beauty contest or some sort of like alternative music festival or something where you're going to give voice to people that don't currently have a platform. Like it's going to be really, really successful. You got spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. You're being guided towards this, and people know this. That's what they find so beautiful about you. And I feel like this is like the tip of the iceberg. Honestly, I feel like you're gonna be like when you step into this power, if you haven't already, you're going to understand and experience a certain level of like praise and love and beauty from the world that you've never experienced before. Like this is finding complete balance. This is a symbol actually I talked about in pile number 1, which is the 6-pointed star. It's also known as the Star of David. It is 2 triangles superimposed on top of each other. The bottom triangle that's facing up is the alchemical symbol for fire, and the triangle on the top that's pointing down is the alchemical symbol for water. Fire is associated with the divine masculine, water is associated with the divine feminine. You find balance between those 2 energies within you, and you use that to find your foundation. Back to Demeter in this 11, like you are in alignment with what your divine purpose is. And I really do think that your divine purpose has something to do with love. There are no coincidences. There is no coincidence. So I said love. So it has to do with, I wanted to say beauty. So it has to do with self-love in beauty. Absolutely, 100%. There's no coincidences. Everything that comes out during these sessions is on purpose. It's channeled. Because I definitely, every muscle inside me intended to say beauty, and I said love. So I really like that. All right, so then it says little luxuries generates luxurious experiences and surroundings. So through this, embodiment of your own sense of beauty and who you are and how powerful you are, you're going to bring little luxuries to yourself and you're going to bring abundance to yourself. But there might also be something like you want to start a business that has something to do with little luxuries. Like maybe it's your own jewelry business, like I was saying, or maybe it's like one of those like monthly subscription boxes that has something to do with more body positivity, and like messages that empower people to feel confident and like gorgeous on a daily basis. Like whatever it is, do it, because it's going to make you super successful. It's going to like elevate you to be on a public stage. Like you could very well be famous, like, which also sort of came out, it did come out in pile number 2. Wow, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. This one was really interesting. If anyone's interested in having a one-on-one personal reading with me, you can always go to my website, odessamall.com. And if you like this reading and it resonated, please like the video or maybe share it with someone else that you know that might enjoy it. And if you haven't joined our little family here yet, please hit the subscribe button and join us. I'd love to see you in the next reading. So have a great day, and I will see you soon. Take care.